was about a century ago that Henry Ford, not exactly known for his enlightened views on management and taking care of humans, reduced the work week from 6 days to 5. Because he found that people were more productive, morale went up, there was more loyalty, there was lower turnover, and he said it was good for business. And then we could start to wonder, well, why are we now stuck on 5 days? Was that ordained from on high, or is this in fact a human invention that deserves to be rethought?
One of the things that we should talk about is the climate agenda, because there is very good research that shows that if we work less, we don't travel so much, and we make less intensive consumer choices, because we're not time poor.
So some of the early data that we gathered are really promising. 70% of employees reported that they are working more efficiently, prioritizing and managing better their time during the week. Reduction, 55% reduction in absenteeism, which is wonderful. And 71% of employees reported that they're spending more time with their families.
What's really important is how expensive this overwork is. So this is why the ILO and WHO, their data shows that work is killing us, because if you work too much, you have, societies are dealing with a massive mental health crisis, they're dealing with all kinds of chronic disease crises because we're not kind of, out and about and walking.
Give us time to be whole human beings. Hillary and I have written a lot about what we call sapiens integra. So there's Homo economicus, this mythical, human being that is rational all the time and driven by a set of utilities. And then there's whole human beings who also have care and connection and other good things. I think it would be good for all of society, but I also think this increase in agency of here's what we need done, now you figure out how best to do it.
This may be part of the impact of COVID and the pandemic, where people went through a roller coaster of change. They worked from home. The line between the personal and professional life blurred. And then when they started going back to the organizations or reboarding in the organization, there was a tension. There was more demand for flexibility, well-being, discussion about mental health, and also more demand or the tension between the remote and the physical work.
In labor markets that are constrained in terms of workers are making the choice for us. They're joining organizations that will provide flexibility and choice. And working their way, or working my way, is really the way to attract and retain talent. So I think it's a little bit of an academic question, because I think it's going to be reality. This is how the world is going, because workers want this to happen. We've proven that it can be done, and it's moving in that direction.